Alrighty, and welcome to Worlds 2021. We are finally here in play-ins and ready to watch Hanwha Life Esports take on LNG, and this is a great way to actually start out our Worlds experience. Don't you think here, Warren?
That's great. Yeah, we've got the LPL versus the LCK.
And I think the fun narrative that Shocks and everyone highlighted back at the desk is how we actually have two old school Griffin players in Tarzan as well as Chovy. And I think you had mention of actually your preference or who your favorite was for this match coming in here. Who are you betting on here to take this first match?
I've been on. I watched a ton of LPL, and I've seen Hanwha. They were shaky in the summer splits. I got LNG winning this handedly.
All right,
Handedly.
awesome. Well, the last patch was not as grand of a Worlds patch as we might have been used to, so we might be seeing a lot of the same picks coming through that were dominating through the summer split here across all the regions here. So far, we've gotten a Ryzen Zinja ban out from Hanwha Life Esports, and then a Lee Sin ban over from LNG. Are we still expecting to see Lee Sin out in the lanes, in the top lanes or mid lanes?
No, I saw it in the lanes. I think you're more likely to see Talia or Kiana. That's been played a lot. Lucian got buff. I was expecting Lucian ban. You might see a Mumu support, which and Graves. Graves has rised up in priority. He can go jungle, mid, and top. So be careful for that. And Tryndamere.
Yeah,
Those are
no,
all
we.
good picks.
I think we all know Tryndamere, especially those of us that have been around and for a boomer amount of time with this game here. But Yumi and Silas getting banned out, I wasn't exactly expecting that with our prep here. Yumi maybe has gotten a little bit rise in priority, at least if you're going to the Church of LS and looking at his rankings. But Silas, I would not expect to be such a high priority for a ban piece, and it looks like they're going to lock in Irelia for that's probably for Morgan or for
The Fiona,
Chovy.
like I said.
Oh, there it is. There it is. And then Misfortune. So they're just going to let Light just raise and blaze and try to actually win these team fights here. Now, what is Hanwha Life going to... And there's the Tryndamere. So Tryndamere's not even seen as like bannable yet with how the scrims have been going yet. And Sejuani, yeah, that's actually going to be a huge stack there with the double melees. And I think this Sejuani might actually be a little busted on the count of just if they can even close the gaps here. Like would a Karma or even a Sona be in? Because they've got to need something to actually at least get that gap close in during these fights. And then
It could be Jax. It could be
no, Jax is stuck.
or Set.
Is Jax usually a counter into Tryndamere? Is that what you found at least on solo queue?
With Counter Strike, and he just outscales and will be a monster in the side lane. So and that prevents them from picking Camille if they wanted to.
Yeah. Well, that would be a 4 melee comp,
Yeah.
and I think that'd be a little bit
Much.
painful, honestly. Alrighty, going to the second phase ban here, and Ziggs is gonna go away. So removing the ability for just leave Light, leave or matter, just leave Deft out on an island and just let the roaming death squad of Chovy, Willer, and Morgan just take over the whole map. So I like that pick. It doesn't let Deft stay as safe in his lane if we're in any lull state in the match while they're trying to at least bridge to their item power spikes. And the Azir goes out, so getting rid of what would actually I think be a pretty good counter against any melees. The sweep being able to just push away any of these, just champions that want to get on your face and just slice and dice you at point blank range here. And then Braum coming out, so just I guess preventing the bullet time from being able to rake across your entire team. So I like that ban as well out of LNG. And what is going to be the
Yeah.
final ban for Hanwha Life?
That leaves up Thresh though for each, which is Thresh is always a good support pick.
Mm-hmm.
So and Leona as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see one of those two get contested.
And you've been watching a lot of LPL. LeBlanc is a monster champion for any competent mid laner here, but did you notice any specific LeBlanc tendencies out of Icon watching the LPL?
He did play a few LeBlanc, and it gives a good roaming. That's and he played it pretty well. He played fairly well in the this last split. So
All right, awesome.
um,
And now we have this is gonna be interesting here. I Iwandi on the Rakan. I could see that being like a roaming buddy with say with Tarzan's Kiana, and maybe even with the Jax. So I think we're still keeping this melee theme. Like melees are like taking over this world's meta here, just here in game one.
Alright, so they
Oh,
go.
super poke bot lane here with the
So they
Ezreal
do
and Karma.
counter pick to
Mid
they do counter pick to
lane,
icon.
yeah,
Uh,
I like the Annie hover. I think that'd be a super stuff for anyone trying to jump in. But what is he gonna
Gragas
finish?
is not bad.
But would he actually be taking that mid? Because I feel like that go
Yes.
better mid than Kiana mid. Kiana mid would just be atrocious, and he's going to take it. This is looking very interesting. So Light's going to get the Misfortune. Ale, I believe, is getting the Jax. Iwandi with the Rakan. So where is the Kiana and Gragas going? And
Yeah, the Gragas goes well because he scales. He can go with the fleet footwork change. You can go electrocute. You can go fleet footwork. You can go phase shift, and phase shift makes it hard for Tryndamere to keep up. So it's a hard matchup. Actually, I play Gragas as well, and it's a really good matchup for him.
awesome. Well, I'll be definitely looking out for that foot race here between the Fat Man and the and the Viking Lord of the Freljord, if you will. But
Right.
if anyone wanted to check your Hanwha Life side, Morgan's the one with the Irelia, and Chovy's going to be the one with the Tryndamere. And I'm very fascinated to see how effectively Chovy can keep his CS monster scores together and seeing how this plays out. Because what would be the great item power spikes? Like, do we have a timer in mind for when we'd expect these teams to start fighting? Because we do have an LPL team versus an LCK team, and LCK has always been very slow on getting into this more brawl style that LPL has basically developed and put across the world. Europe's been the clearest, like, I would say, contender for at least following that style. But LCK's still try to stay pretty muted or pretty rigid in how they've been running their games, or at least organizing their games and having the overall meta over in that
Well,
region.
there's a couple things. So if Aurelia gets Fam Scepter, it becomes a little bit hard for Jax. But once Jax gets Sheen, he can fight the matchup better. Aurelia won't be able to beat Jax as the game gets on, and Gragas scales too. So it's gonna come down to who gets ahead. Tryndamere is gonna be annoying, and he can roam because of his wave clear. So we have to be careful for that on the side of Chovy might do a lot of roaming with Tryndamere. So we'll see. I feel as if the LNGs wants a team fight, but I don't get the Jax pick. I would rather have had Set.
Okay. So you think the Jax just goes better into the Irelia top side? And
He's
it
just a better counter pick, right?
Okay. Well, I would also think because the Jax has the leap in or flash in with a counter strike to at least have a stun set up, but there's just so much playmaking that I recall out of set for just the face breaker and showstopper, and then the haymaker just absorbs so much damage and puts out so much damage with the math.
Right, and with the items, they did the nerf to the stride breaker and they buff Set, so
Yeah.
he scales. He scales now into the late game, so it would have been fine.
I'm trying to
But
remember. I believe there was a LCS game where it was bot side contending for inhibitor turret or something like that, and there's a set haymaker that just destroyed like some ADC. I can't even recall like what teams were playing, but like it was just I don't even think there was any like cheese build going on where it's like mathematically perfect set, but they just jumped on. It might have been Huhi on 100 Thieves or something during like early playoffs or later in the later in the summer split, and he just turns, hits W, gets the massive shield, and just sends the ADC down to like 10% health.
right,
So,
yeah, and Set's another pick that can be flexed into 3 lanes. So
definitely. So, all right. So, I think so what we're running out of, what we're going to steal from the other casters right now is the counterplay. I think we're touching back into where the slower pace is coming out of Hanwha Life, Chovy getting his CS, playing it like that. There's not really a lot of other standouts on this team, at least in terms of what I would listen to or hear colloquially. But I would expect LNG to actually have a much faster pace in the beginning of this game. It's the joke is for Irelia, all she needs is a Vamp Sister, and she's at full build.
Right.
So
Uh,
is it kind of on
but it's,
Hanwha Life to actually slow down LNG let them get to the where they want to be power spike wise?
it really and it also depends on the Jax build. Jax has a phase shift build that can with ignite. I've seen Jax go with ignite, and he can have the kill pressure. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see the path they start pathing topside because you want to get one of those guys ahead. I don't expect a lot of bot activity, to be quite honest with you, this game.
No, no, it's not really been a bot centric meta. A lot of the feedback, a lot of the discussion that I've heard is that it's very much a more topside, more mid jungle focused meta that we're going to be in for this world. Unless something changes, like this patch gets developed further and further as the pros play. It's actually one of my favorite things about Worlds is that it's one of the longest times teams, like the entire world, all regions, but it's the longest period of time that we have in the League of Legends season that players and teams have to work on a single patch and to like really get to like the very bottom of it. And like my favorite example was going back to when it was like an Ashe Zyra meta, and I forget which worlds this was. I think there was like T1. Yeah, T1 was playing, and I think that's when
Season 6.
yeah, it might have been that with Misfits had that almost upset there with the Leona play way back there with Hans Sama and I forget the guy's name, and but they ended up having the ultimate counter going into the finals where it was Misfortune support as an actual counter against the Ashe Zyra comp, just because the bullet time would just destroy everything and they would just be a kill lane against the Zyra. So I really enjoy that's one of my favorite things about Worlds is that the patch is just, you sit on the patch for so long that you actually get to see like a full solve and then counter solves and then counters to the counter solves. It's just really a lot of fun to watch the game develop and the teams really like develop their strategies and go deeper than what the normal season may allow them to.
Right, and what's good is also you're gonna see their like the plans will have their own meta, and it may or may not transition to the main stage as well, right? And then we got there's a meta in the BO5s whenever that's. So there's a ton of things that's gonna take place, and we're gonna see a mix of styles too. We're gonna see maybe where I know for a fact once we get to an LCS game later on, they don't play Jax. Most LCS doesn't play LEC and LCS do not play Jax counterpick, whereas LPL and LCK does
Yeah.
for certain picks. So there's going to be a particular play style. Hopefully teams can adapt, because this is a lot. This meta is all about damage. If anyone can
Yeah,
tell.
there's no tank play in this meta. There's no tanks, and it's like Sejuani is just here just to actually bolster the two other melees in her solo lanes. But yeah, you're right. This is entirely damage meta that we're in. I mean, it's should lead for a very explosive Worlds. Like I'd like to think for this Worlds we're not gonna have any sleepers, any siesta games. Especially with just how a lot of teams have just started accepting, a lot of regions have started accepting the aggressive notion and tendencies that the LPL has been playing with for years now, but is also just very well refined. Like the note to give anyone that doesn't watch LPL is still quite an aggressive region, but their gameplay is also quite more refined. It's not just fight all the time like it used to be. It has a lot more depth to it, a lot more meta or a lot more thought behind it than before. So we're getting started now. We're finally in game here, and let's get started here. We're gonna have any fun level ones? Nope, just line of scrimmage for both. War put out there by Iwandi, probably into the tri-bush. No, it's over into the little pixel brush. He's gonna come in. Yeah, because come on back with the scanner. Try to actually get some lane dominance there, get some ownership there, because it's going to be a rough bot lane here for LNG if, of course, Iwandi decides to even stay in bot lane. I wonder if you missed it, there was a playoffs match where Team Liquid's, where Core JJ was basically never in lane with Tactical. And I'm curious if the meta has either changed enough or not changed enough to where a support's roaming to that extent is still acceptable or encouraged. So
Still acceptable.
it's
So
got to be. I think that's half the reason I want he's here on Rakan. It's gonna be to a level 6 that there's probably any kill threat on this bot lane. And we're having a little trade here mid side. But yeah, so I'm curious to see at least what, like, I would put it 3 minutes would be probably the earliest. 3 to 5 minutes would be the earliest that we'd expect I wanted to actually roam out, get his 3 levels in lane, and then immediately just head somewhere to get someone ahead, get Ale, get a roam up to top lane or mid lane here.
So we have Phase Shift and Conqueror. Phase Shift on Gragas. This is a typical build that most Gragas goes. There's Electrocute as well, but this one gives you a lot of mobility and a lot of wiggle room, and scales really well into the late game as well. So,
And I'm very behind on at least any of the build stuff. But Grasp of the Undying here for Trophy, is he just abusing the fact that he's in a melee match right now? To at least get that extra health and damage out?
It's typically the lethal temple, but I assume with him, he's going to need the sustain with Gragas, because they buffed Gragas' W a little bit, his AP ratio, and he can heal a lot too, so I think he's just trying to sustain. He's still probably going to go damage. If you're looking, he's like 3 reju weaves, so...
Right, yeah. And it'd eventually get him some bonus health here if he stacks it enough throughout the whole match. So that could give him a little bit of tankiness. Otherwise, there's not a lot happening right now. Jungle Pat's here. It would look like Kiana started top side and setting bots.
He's gonna probably get the...
Yeah, so top Scuttle's up for contention right now, but I think it's just gonna get straight over to Tarzan. Willer's just gonna be super slow on his clear right now. He's kind of giving it up. He's gonna head straight over for bot crab now, where Deft and Vista have actually gained priority. So still a very even trade right now. No very great differences on either side just yet.
Okay, right. So
that ward catches Willer. Yeah, that's a ward.
Great. That means Ale can play aggressive top.
Yep, he's forced to back out of Morgan, so the TP's got to come in from the Irelia. I want to get him chunked out here from this bot lane. He's gonna have to back, so it's gonna be a little rough here. Yep, see, poke lane. It's scary. It's a very thing with those mantra keys if they land and then Ezreal mystic shots. Oh, he's gonna cancel the back.
That's gonna force Ale having the TP back.
If he's gonna want to properly crash this wave here, the time's gonna work out, and now he's gonna go in on him. But this delay is actually gonna be huge. This is gonna give Morgan free time to. I think he's gonna freeze this. Yeah, he can freeze. It's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna force a TP.
Yeah, because that wave has to get crashed in there. Otherwise, it's going to leave Ale out on an island. Because Tarzan's on the other side of the map right now.
Right. So that's no T. That means that gives Hamo a TP play if they really want to. What else? Tarzan spelled on that ward though.
Yeah. Vista's made their way back, so opportunity lost. We're gonna go back to farming here. First dragon up is going to be Mountain. So we're gonna have see what kind of elementals we're gonna get this match. And the timer is broken. I'm not gonna hurt anyone on that. Over in production, they're working hard on this. So I have no idea what minute marker we're at right now in this game here. Level 5s here, so Willer shadowing for this here, but I think Ali's about to be caught up. That's the counter strike out. Oh, I think Morgan is gonna be able to solo kill heal. This works. Oh, he's gonna get the flash off, gets the knock. Gonna get a tower? Nope.
Wow,
and they're not gonna take it. Oh, and Deft's getting collapsed here upon. They're chasing it down. Ignite is on Deft here, but I think LNG is gonna back off there. Light low on mana, but reasserting themselves here. Chovy gonna get a little bit of gank. Stun comes out. And they're just going to let Chovy sit at half, but he's got to sustain that. Bloodlust is going to really make him impossible to move out of lane. Like, Chovy leaves lane when he wants to leave lane with this Tryndamere. And he's going to shove this wave in, it looks like. Sitting around here. Explosive Cast going to push him back here. Chovy's going to have to E out here. Tarzan might be wanting to chase this down here. And he's just going to actually waste their time here. Let Icon shove this lane in. And get the next round of Scuttle. So this is actually a big win here for LNG so far.
Yeah. It gives him river control and makes Ollie be able to play safe up there. So
Mm-hmm.
this is working out well because MF still is going to do a lot of damage. Gragas is scaling, and we got Jack scaling. So I think pluses all around right now for LNG.
Yeah, kind of wondering like where's the way in here for Hanwha Life, because there's no expectation for Willer to actually outfarm a Kiana. I would think that Kiana would outfarm a Sejuani pretty easily with the rotation of spells and everything, but it's it's not clear where the playmaking is going to come from Hanwha Life outside of just Willer or some flawless duet
That
that's going to
ward's going to
be
catch him.
monstrous out of Morgan. Yeah, so Morgan is aware of this. Do they have the threat of, can they actually pull off this dive here? It's level 6 for all three, but I think they're going to back off from this.
I think they're going to back off.
Yeah, this is just letting the wave shove in. It's like Ali doesn't have a ward to put down. He's got his red ward, so they've still got the top side control here. Plenty of ward setups in the river, as well as in preventing that flank ward there by the red brush. So yeah, this is actually the calmest. This is way too calm. This is way too calm what I expected.
Yeah. I think they're playing safe because it's the first game.
Something like that. The super discipline out of these boys. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that
And
Soning series was really good. If anybody wants to go back and watch that series, that was a good series.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Last year Worlds was a lot of fun. Last year Worlds was a lot of fun to watch. Alrighty. So we have our answer, because there's actually been no timing. There's been no roaming
They
movements
might be
out
setting
of.
up for a dive.
Looking for it. Chovy's coming down too as well. Icon's trying to follow it here, but they're going to give up on it. Yeah, Chovy's out. Tarzan's there. Yeah, there's none of that. So they feigned bot side, and I think it's actually going to get them Herald instead. So first Herald at 8:30 here. Vista's going to have to try to get himself out here. Def's caught here. I don't think they caught the memo to actually dip out of this, and Def's overstayed. And he's going to get his E out, but the Supreme Display of Time is going to put him against the wall here, and he is going to get shredded. I want him making out, but yeah. Oh my gosh, Def stayed too long there. The moment Chovy outcalled that, oh boy, that is, I feel like that was a misplay on them, and they did. Did Hanwha Life just not think Tarzan was reading that and able to actually come for it? Because Chovy started walking away here, and Def was still sitting under tower, basically just trying to get a plate on or something like that. The consolation prize is Willer was able to go get the Herald, but where are they going to be able to put this down at? Who do you want to get ahead?
Break open top. Get Aurelia in that side lane.
It's mid or top. Either way would be the better decision here. The thing is that the wave clear on the Gragas is preventing Chovy from even to get even a plate. Like there's been only one plate taken across the entire map, and it was Deft and Vista with just their poke ability, allowing them to just get one plate on bot side. Yeah. So this is just a very neutralized game here. This is actually gonna be a big, like first blood might have gone over to LNG, but Hanwha Life are about to get both the Herald and the Dragon. Usually those are traded out, so I feel like Hanwha Life are actually catching a good tempo play, a good moment in the backings. Because yeah, 3 are back, and yes, they timed this out very perfectly. Morgan staying out on the field.
Controls looking good.
Yeah, Morgan stayed out a little bit longer and was able to actually steal that away. So this is actually really good for Hanwha Life. This extends the game should they have any other setbacks. Alrighty, items coming in here. So still Iron Whip for the Tryndamere and Irelia, but the Gore Drinker's already out, getting that first blood onto Tarzan. So he's ready to actually start fighting, I would think. This is where do they want to sit? He's still hovering here around bot side. There's nothing going to be happening here. He's just clearing out his frog, getting some legs. Yep.
Okay, Visa, thank you for that.
Right. 40 seconds after the fact. Alright. Ale getting some work on. There's a turret play. Floss to it's going to hit him. And Morgan going to get some trade. Miss some CS, but everyone's holding tight here. There's no great divide. Like a 10 CS difference bot side there, but that's still just the advantage of the Def Commit. Vanguard's going to come out. Counter-Strike's going to stun him up, but I don't think he's going to have much else to do with this. The Glacial Prison is going to miss. And Ale is gonna walk away again. This man is getting away with like,
This man's Houdini.
right?
Oh, TP play.
Oh, Daft overextending again. I want to be able to catch him here. Flash come into the
This is the
charm
LPL
battle dance
special.
here. And he's going to come in the
Pass.
right to the double body slam. And they're going to get blown up. Vista, you're not getting away this time either.
And
And
this is what I'm talking about.
oh, just caught out here. The teleport from Icon's going to do major work here. Here comes the Rift Trail to drop them down. And they're going to be able to get some turrets onto this. Chovy taking some turret hits. Tarzan trying to defend it. But they're going to get the charge off. And that heal. That heal from that Bloodlust. Oh, Ollie's about to get it again here. Morgan just waiting for it. He's got to flash away. And loses that cannon for it. So Morgan, I think, is online and is in charge of this top lane now. Oh my. Tarzan on his way top. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Morgan here. He's going to be able to clear out this ward. But that only leaves, that's like 1,000 gold lead here for LNG. This game feels like it's really close here. Alright, so we're going to watch this replay here. Iwandi's just catching it. Def just overconfident. I don't even think they knew where Iwandi was here. So he's going to E out here, but they're both going to get caught by that charm, by that ultimate. And it goes right into Icon, brings in the teleport from that ward right there on your screen, and just secures the next 2 kills. So LNG 3 kills up 1,000 gold ahead of Homalife Esports. Homalife with Dragon and with a good amount of turret plates to actually keep themselves close. But this still feels like LNG have like good reaction time, good playmaking opportunities. We need more out of Homalife for the rest of this.
Yeah, Homalife's gonna have to do something, and they're tracking Willer now much better. So now they know where he is. So I would say I would assume next Dragon. I wouldn't be surprised if the fight, and I give the advantage to Hanwha. Kiana in a jungle fight is just devastating. An ult could just wipe a team. So.
Yeah, that's supreme display of talent, especially if that cast goes as well as we got to see it there in that bot lane. That could just pin a team against the wall for like 5 years, 6 days, and 2 hours. And I think they're actually trying to take over this now. They're clearing out the vision. We've got a minute 30 till the dragon. So this is about ward setup time. And now let's clear out the vision. And they, yeah, that bot side does not have a lot of wards there for Homalife at this time.
I gotta give it to Ale. He's been on an island for most of this game and just playing it well on a champ that's kind of a carry-oriented champ too.
Yeah. Well, the weird part is that he's 10 CS down. Neither him nor Irelia has gotten any kills or died yet. So the matchup is currently quite even along those score lines. But like, who wins in that later game environment?
I give it to the Jax. He just is with the. I'm assuming he's gonna go. He can go Divine or Trinity. Probably going Divine this game because of the Sedge and Irelia, all those others. He's just gonna destroy them with the auto attacks. I don't see. Jax is just strong. So.
Well, he might finally get caught here. He's got to be caught out. The Floss Duet's gonna hit. Counter Strike is gone. But there's a whole party here from LNG ready to catch this. Miller's going to have to get out. Jumps over the wall. Chovy's moving for this as well. I think Homalife actually want to make a move here. Ollie's going to get jumped on here by Morgan. He's going to have to jump away. I want to jump away. So HLE putting out some aggression. Maybe they're just trying to secure this second Herald here, which would keep the gold close, if not make it even, if they can get it put down here. The turrets are already... Turret plates are gone. We're at 15-20. So, objective control still on the side of the LCK representative. And now Light's going to get isolated down here with the Deft. So, we are officially in the roaming phase. Yep. Deep vision being put in by the bot in the red jungle there. Yeah, Deft's just going to have to give up this whole wave. So all the advantage caught on earlier is just thrown away now. And they're going to trade out for Dragon, but it still gives us a lot of time left in this game before we have to worry about an Elder or a Soul.
Alright, so first turret goes to, even though without the Herald, LNG gets first turret, which is surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually like, I would put that over to the 3 deaths on the bot side that helped isolate some time there with the turret, get some intimate time with the structure. But now, Ale could freeze that. and provide options for a play elsewhere, but I think he's just going to clear it out. Still waiting for Mythics to come through for everyone else here. Gore Drinker now on Irelia. Frostfire Gauntlet on to Sejuani. Divine Senderer for the Ezreal. That's still playing favorites. Gold difference, gold difference. 200 over for Icon right now. 400 gold lead there for the Irelia, actually, over the Jax. I think that takes just from being there for the local gold.
Even between the Gragas and the Tryndamere, too. I feel, though, that LNG has just way more initiation. They got a cast, they got Kiana, they got Rakan, they got MF. It's like they have so much going for them, where if you look out, the only real AoE sort of is Morgan. Morgan's gonna have to be, because everything else is single target.
Yeah, well, everything else is just poke side. Like, there's something about the Homalife draft is actually very split on what it wants to do, because the bot side just wants to try to poke you out and maybe like speed you up in or away with the mantras out of Karma. But like, how do you pick your own fight? Like, as you were pointing out, Ale can come in with the counter strike, like leap in, flash in, counter strike, stun. Tarzan can just start his own fight off with an ice proc or with a grand supreme display of talent. Icon can flash body slam, which is entirely, you know, undodgeable and just isolate someone or just break up the whole team. And Iwandi can just grab, you know, an Ignar level flank or something. So, like, and it's not, there's no expectation for Vista, for Karma to be able to even prevent any of this. Like, I don't know what this Karma does in fights other than try to speed people up or shield them to try to save them from the damage.
And the problem is, if they can't leave Jax on the lane, because he's just going to take towers like it's nobody's business.
Yeah. Well, now okay, so we've rotated out. This jungle is about to explode here. Okay, teams are finally backing away. All right, so we've gone into kind of a 1-3-1 for both teams here right now. Icon still matching Chovy topside here. Still not much out of Chovy yet. He's gotten himself like a 20 CS lead, so that's good. Top laners are now bot lane. Yeah, everything is still super even here. This is still a very siesta-like match, and the only reason we've even had any action is because Deft overextended twice in bot lane. So where's the breaking point for this? 20 minutes is coming up here. Iwandi is looking to catch Chovy here. And he's got a long walk to go here, buddy.
And no one has TP. I just realized that Chovy doesn't have TP. Only one that has TP is Morgan.
Yeah. He's the only one that can actually play that, so they have to be there. Oh, Supreme Display of Talent. They're gonna, Vista's gonna get himself out of there. Fancy feet boy with those Ionian boots of lucidity. And he
had to use the flash though, so that's I'll take the support.
Yep. Make them easy pickings for that dragon fight's coming up in a minute and 15. You think this third Drake might be actually where we break out here?
Oh, this third Drake's gonna, because you know, you don't want anyone to get, they want to get the control, and you know, a Ocean Drake on any team right now is good, especially. Especially when you get Karma shields, it's gonna be nice.
Gonna be shielded, healed, and undeaded. Impossible to die. I think, yeah. So. It's, what's the posturing here now? We have Dragon's gonna be up in 30 seconds. There's not a lot of setup here. Homalife secured nothing. They've got good vision in their own jungle, but Scuttle Crab vision's controlled by LNG. Are we gonna have one of those posturing dances or just stand there and watch someone take it? Deft almost caught out there. Tarzan trying to capitalize. Mid prio more or less taken by LNG here. Now comes the posturing to take it, and the teleport's gonna come on here. Morgan is gonna have a problem here. Icon's coming in here. The counter-strike's gonna get him. Ali's gonna take him all by himself here. I don't even think Icon's just gonna be there to watch the show. Oh, and Ali gets the finish off, barely making it out. Supreme Display of Talent's gonna catch two here. Chovy's trying to get on out. Oh, there goes Quickness, gonna catch a few here, but Iwandi's almost gonna regret it. Chovy's gonna dive on in here for it, and he's gonna start beating everyone to death here. His ultimate is live here, and he is not gonna die here. Gordrinker gives him a massive heal up. Chovy's gonna get himself out here. Willer's still holding the front line. Tarzan, I think you're gonna be dying here, buddy, in the alcove. He's trying to get a catch here, using that brush, but there's a ward in there, buddy. Gore Drinker's going to give him massive heals, but that is going to be a team fight win there for Hanwha Life. True Shot Barrage trying to catch one, but that is a one fight there. Hanwha Life actually kiting that fight out, eating and dodging Tarzan's supreme display of talent, and I guess in hindsight, LNG overextending on that fight, on that opportunity.
Once they ran out of the ults, they should have just.
Well, that's a great dodge there from Ale, and this is now we're clearly now we know level 13. It gets close, but Jax beats Aurelia. The bullet time doesn't catch a lot of people. Yeah, the bullet time did not catch enough people here. Now it's just re-engage here. Willer puts out the Glacial Fissure, and Light just has to run for his life. Chovy getting through everyone. Huge Gore Drinker proc right there. 800 healing off of that. Gets out. And now Def just gets to chase down these skills. So that was fantastic team fight and just positioning there out of Hanwha Life to win that. And it would be my guess or understanding that LNG probably only have like 2 more regular team fights that they might be able to actually claw this back. So Baron's up. They're fine. I bet they've got like 2 more fights left to actually try to really scrap this one back here. They've got to get a better setup for that ultimate out of Light, because that's all Light is right now, is a bullet time machine. Okay. So 2 dragons up, 2 dragons for Hanwha Life. Gold is still super even. Gold still feels super good. Here's the gold differential right now. So 1,600 up on Chovy right now. He's still getting that. Still getting his CS numbers pretty high there. Holding out like a 40 CS lead. And they're just taking over topside here. Are they trying to... I think it's trying to actually secure Chovy. Yeah, they want this turret. They want this topside turret here for Chovy. Because Ale is just going to beat Morgan from here on out, it feels like. LNG really wants to catch Chovy. But like, that spinning blade cooldown is so low at this point in the game, isn't it? It's got to be like 3rd or 4th level on it. Iwandi is going to get pushed out. So yeah, Hanwha Life exerting their pressure, exerting control over the top side jungle here. Yeah, and Morgan's just going to have to hold tight here underneath this turret because, yeah, that Jax is ready to go.
He's building towards, it looks to be Divine. It's the same component, so...
Oh, Divine Sunderer for the Jax. Okay, yeah, because he went Blade of the Rune King first.
Difficult to do. I mean, if you get the wombo combo as LNG, that's fantastic. You've gotten all of your damage off. If it misses, which you saw in the last team fight where the misfortunal just was a little bit too shy, you just don't have the sustain to stay in the fight. You need to back away. All of your damage is based off of that.
So pretty sure for this next minute or so, it might just be dragon fights we're only going to see these teams fighting on. I don't think they're willing to fight over smaller objectives. Like, we're not going to see any Rift Scuttle fights or...
No, not much.
Chovy to push that out. It's going to go Essence Reaver second. He's got his Tenacity, Boots with the Merc Treads. And yeah, Gragas going straight into Deathcap. Like, he wants to blow someone up. Everfrost into Deathcap with the Oblivion Orb. Yeah, Icon wants to blow someone up here. This is a very... Actually, here's, yeah, the very clear point here for LNG or for their comp. They're a front-loaded team fight. Jax is the only like really sustained damage for for all of LNG.
Right.
Meanwhile, Deft, Chovy, Morgan, they have the longer sustained team fight. Like all they have to do is just dodge the engage, and they've got it. And Hanwha Life's just gonna take it. Here comes the Baron, baiting it out. True Shot Barrage isn't gonna catch anyone. Iwandi chunked out by Deft here, but HLE trying to bait them in. Light's gonna get slowed here by the mocking. No. Oh boy, he's gonna have to try to dash away here, but that's not gonna be enough here. Chovy, he's gonna go immortal now. The Supreme Display of Talent's gonna run through, but Light is dead here. Chovy gets out, and I think Elsha. Yeah, Homolife just get to walk forward and take what they want with this comp here. Willer can eat all the damage that they throw at them. It's mostly just poke damage, and if Jack's not there, they don't have the sustained damage to even just try to eat through him. I think Homolife are winning this off of just draft and just, you know, dodging the dance. Oh, flash come in here. Death's gonna get caught out here. The Everfrost's gonna proc here, but that's gonna be a dead Ezreal.
Oh, that's great control right there.
That's great control out of LNG to see the opportunity there, but Deft, I think you were way too up there, buddy. Way too confident. Flash still available. I don't even think he could have flashed throughout all that because there's a body slam flash out of Icon. This is gonna get them second Drake. Homolife aren't gonna be able to really grab anything else other than just push out mid. So still staying really tight. This game is still within like 1,000 gold. It's just a 1 turret lead here for Homolife Esports because they took mid and top side. LNG have yet to take mid tower, which is what's bottlenecking them and is keeping them pinned on their side of the map.
Yeah.
And it's not clear that Ollie's gotten a lot of work done on this bot side too.
Almost back.
Yep. Super low cooldown on that. Yep. So big items coming in here. 3 items: Collector, Lord Dom's Regards, and Gale Force for the Misfortune, which didn't really do a lot for saving him in that last engage, but should at least allow him to reposition a bit to try to get away from Chovy or Morgan. And I kind of really like this Frozen Heart on Ezreal. Almost all the damage actually on the side of LNG is physical. Light, Tarzan, Ale, like if you can dodge out away from Icon's engages, then that Frozen Heart's going to get a lot of mileage out of it.
Yeah, that Frozen Heart's going to get a lot.
Chovy? Alright. We're going to get caught here. Tarzan's going to find Willer, but I think you technically win this, but I don't think Willer cares about this fight, Tarzan. Like, you know, assert your dominance, bud, but don't think there's a lot of concern there. You're just posturing, just controlling it. It's all dark. It's all dark this side of the map here for Homolife. I want to have to jump out here, battle dance here, but Chovy is going to take the blast cone over.
Okay.
Yeah. Vision control established, so they just own this map. I see you. You see me. I muted. Alright, looking for a catch. Tarzan and them just LNG trying to push in here, trying to get this vision control back. Oh, looks like they be caught up. Ollie's actually made it over. They were not expecting this here, and Will's just going to get blown up here. That is bacon for dinner, and Ollie's going to keep going here. He's just chasing it down here, but he's going to get kited out here. Vanguard has come through. Chovy's trying to actually kite this out here. He's trying to step on in here. There's the Gore Drinker proc out. The Explosive Cat's going to push everyone away here, but now it's Chovy's going to be isolated here, and he is running away with that Ghost. So in, out. Just Willer caught, and that's a jungler down. Baron's available. I don't think LNG are going to go for this, but this does put map control in contention. Yeah. LNG going to be able to get a little more vision. Get this red side jungle, this top side of their jungle back sort of under their control, but it's still... like, this isn't going to really get changing anything. It's still dead even here. And Homolife are just going to go right on to the Baron right now here. Tarzan might be sniffing this out. He's trying to at least get the brush control right now. But Ollie's on the other side of the map right now. He's got his teleport available. Chovy playing screen. Oh, he's going to jump back in. And they may know about this. Baron at half health here. 6,000 health left on it. LNG have no idea. Alright, there's a control word in. They can see it. But where's the bait in? Ollie's walked himself up here. It's going to be a full 5v5 available here. 3.5k left on it. I want to get caught out here with the Glacial Prison. He's going to die out. Bullet time comes through here, but it's only going to go on to Chovy, and he's going to survive with the Unstoppable Rage. And I'm not sure who wins that one. It looks like a priority is going to go over to LNG right now. But it just delays it out. Supreme Display Talent and Bullet Time are gone. The big team fight winning ultimates are gone from kind of both sides of the team right now. LNG are just having to just delay this out. Like, as much agency as we gave them for their comp earlier on, they're having to play Hanwha Life's game.
Just in the way that the teams are playing, neither is fully confident they can commit to the full 5v5, and they're kind of hemming and hawing and going in, and yes, maybe no.
What a tight game. What a banger.
It's a sleeper banger because it gets really contentious at moments like that.
11 kills. It's a low kill game, but these fights are really tight.
I1D caught out by the pushing Glacier Fisher. He dies out, but Chovy just gets into point blank range, pops the Undying Rage, and just gets to live. Yeah. Easy reset. No worries. I'm going to be pushed on. Ale's going to jump in, Counter-Strike out to get away here, but Chovy on the flank here. Not sure about where he's going there. Going to get the chickens. Chovy can kind of go where he pleases. It kind of feels like Tryndamere is the new Mundo. He can go wherever he wants. He's got so much sustain, so much mobility. And this Ocean Drake... yeah, basically. Oh, Jovi jump on in here. I1D's going to be hit, but... Supreme Display Talent's going to get some stuff done, but Morgan try to find something to do here. Will is going to be dead here. Chovy going into the in. Cat's going to separate everything, but Chovy's going to run out of Undying Rage. He's not going to be able to get out of this. Flashes away, but here comes I1. He's going to get him with the Battle Dance. And that's going to be a dead Chovy. And LA chasing down Morgan.
Chasing down. And that's the LPL fighting.
LPL fighting is taking it. Icon finds the critical cast to push everyone away and leave Chovy on an island. Oh, Vista. You can't be near, man. That Jax will chase you down and beat you with his lamppost. Third Drake here for Tarzan. And they want to go for Baron. They want to go for more here. Everyone's still dead. Yeah, they can get this. Huge True Shot Barrage here. Deft. Need some retribution here out of you, bud. It's down to 4K. I don't know what else you can really do here. It's just 1v4 here. He's going to be caught out. Ollie's going to jump on him, but Deft's going to get caught out. The Cat's going to push him back in. He's going to be able to make his way out with the Blast Cone, but that's going to be Baron. And on Soul Point here for LNG. This game's about to be broken wide open, Wuuren.
Yeah, that went from a 1-kill game to now a 5-kill lead.
Yeah. One team fight. That's all LNG needed. One good team fight to get this.
I think it was the cask.
Oh, I think the cask is everything here. Let's watch it. Ale's going to jump in onto Chovy to start in contention. Floss Duet's only going to catch Tarzan, but he makes it out with his grass. Right. And Ollie's just caught in the middle of this. Icon goes forward, both the backline, chunks them and sends them away. The exhaust is late, and it just leaves Chovy and Morgan trying to fight for their lives here to keep it out here. But Jax can just run over this Irelia now. It is late enough in the game, and these auto attacks cannot be messed with. But yeah, that cast destroyed the cast bodies and destroyed the back line of Hanwha Life. They didn't need a supreme display of talent to get rid of the squishies. It's just Icon. Icon is only looking at Ezreal and Karma. And as we saw, both those... The Karma and Ezreal were down to like 10 health.
10 health because of the death cap.
just with Icon in there, man. Like, and it doesn't look like Death's even going to be itemizing any MR. So it's just going to get worse. If Icon gets access to Deft, then the consistent, like, that damage goes away. And it's just down to the brawling of Morgan and Chovy. And there's decent enough CC that we touched on earlier that can kite that out.
All right. So 35 minutes, we finally break the mid-tower.
Yeah. They're making their way. They're making their way, Wuuren. They've got this. They'll get there. Don't get too critical. They've had a plan. They've had a plan. It was throw people against the wall and fill them with bullets. It's a firing squad, if you will. So where is the opportunity here? We're now at it's only a 4,000 gold lead. We've got less than a minute left on this Baron power play. They've got to be able to get 2.7k on it.
Probably get top if they all rotate, which I don't think they will.
It's just I1D and Ale up here. So, no, yeah, Morgan, they don't know where anyone's at here. They see I1D, they're going to let that be a feint. So that's going to provide to even up the turret count. And that puts that at a 5k gold lead, which after watching a lot of this year... Oh, yeah. Chovy's gonna chase this down here. One going to need to actually battle dance over here. Ollie's gonna catch it, but I don't think Chovy's too scared. He's gonna be able to spin away.
This Jax is
But
a monster right
Ale
now.
is ready to go 1v5 here. He's gonna start chasing this in here. He's gonna dodge away from the binding. But now we have a reverse control for the jungle.
Ah, that's why he could Randuin's.
Mm-hmm.
Jax went fourth item Randuin's for to slow down the Tryndamere so that for peel, which makes sense.
Yep, that'll be great for peeling and slowing down both Morgan and Chovy. And the Randuin's also has that max damage like deferral.
Yeah.
So the crit damage coming out of Chovy will not be as effective on Ale as it would be on other players, other members of LNG. So Ale can kind of 1v1 anyone right now in this game.
And we're seeing Tarzan going a bruiser-ish build, not the lethality Kiana, and it makes sense because you know look at what he's really dealing with. He has to go through a lot of damage. The Karma shields, the Ezreal. He has armor, so this build is really gonna be great if they can get the wombo combo. Iwandi's, he's caught out.
Still got the battle dance away. No one's in any real danger there. Tarzan. He's gonna get a good chunk out onto him right now. The double. Oh, I think they wanted here. The bullet time's gonna come through. It's not gonna catch everyone. Misses everything. Chovy gets into the middle of it. Supreme Display of Town's gonna run through, but Chovy is still alive. He's gonna be able to dodge out. The Ignite's gonna hold it down, but Ale is unleashed right now.
The cast separates them.
Oh, and it's gonna be Deft and Chovy trying to kite out. Ale's gonna flash over into the red pit, but trying to chase it down here. Deft's gonna go over, but Ale's gonna exchange points. This Jax is unstoppable here. Light with the flash Gale Force over. And I think we have a problem, Korea. Oh boy. LNG have taken over the map here.
My prediction went through. Okay. I'm
Feeling better about that? Were you worried? Were you worried, Warren?
I was a little worried about my LPL because I love watching me some LPL.
All right, Def trying to defend this turret. It's gonna have to just jump away from Icon.
I don't know. This Icon and Ale are really stepping. This solo laners are really stepping up for LNG. 2-1-6, 5-0-6. Look at the cask again.
Yeah,
so
watch Icon here. Tarzan baits it out. They gotta get the Gale Force on Daiwani, but they just can't get it. The cast. I think it's already. Wait, here it comes.
No, he still holds it. He holds it.
He holds gold in here, just buying all this time. Cast out, pushes away Deft actually to allow Ale to just get a little bit more time to try to solo it out. Vista goes golden with a stopwatch, and then they just exchange points here. Jumps back over to just send Vista to the fountain. And Light, I really appreciate this out of Light. Just flash Gale Force over. We're cleaning this up. We're getting this. Now, Ocean Soul Point on the side of Tarzan. Any poke ability that could come out of Deft is going to be effectively negated by this soul. So LNG now, super thick, super sustainable. The Bruiser build onto the Kiana by Tarzan that you mentioned earlier has even more value out of it. There's more health coming back into it. It's just a lot more to chunk through, cut through. And it's not clear to me if there's any game-breaking thing. Baron goes over to LNG here, but I think we're still going to be in a fight here. Morgan and Vista trying to run away here. Willer is down. Morgan not getting him a lot done here. Def trying to run away here, but Icon looking for the flank in here. Gets the Drunken Rage going here. Bullet Time's not going to catch anything. Morgan running away. He's going to have to try to go back in here. Jumping around, but he's going to be caught into the middle of them. Floss Duet's going to catch two here, but he is going to get burned down here. And this Supreme Display of Talent's going to put him away here. Death's going to get blown up here by the double tap. And I think LNG are just going to finish off of this push here. There is not enough to hold them back here. Undying Rage available for Chovy, but I don't think him and Vista have what it takes here to win this one out here. He's going to jump on and trying to get onto Light here. Undying Rage is going to have to come out. He's trying to get on two, but I don't even think Light's going to die to this, and it gets cleaned up by Ale. Vista's going to have to hang out on Fountain and watch his Nexus be destroyed. And that's the beginning for Worlds 2021 here, everyone.
Icon of Worlds is a different icon, guys.